The first sound you hear isn't gunfire, it's the wind. A cold, relentless wind sweeping through the ruins of a shattered European city. It whistles through the broken walls of apartment buildings, through empty, glassless windows, and across streets buried under mountains of rubble. Our view moves slowly, almost reverently, over the destruction. It's a landscape of ghosts and memories. Then we find them. A line of American soldiers advancing in near silence. They clutch their rifles tightly, their boots pressing into the scarred, broken ground. Behind them, the deep, metallic growl of Sherman tanks begins to rise. It's a steady, unstoppable sound, like the heartbeat of a giant slowly awakening from a long sleep. Above, the sky is still dark, choked with the smoke of yesterday's battles. But the sun, determined, struggles to break through. When a single ray of light finally pierces the clouds, it illuminates a sight in the distance, an American flag. It's dirty, torn at the edges, but it stands tall, waving against the gray backdrop. We see the soldiers' faces. They are so young, their youth masked by exhaustion. You can see the fear in their eyes, but also a profound, unyielding determination. No one smiles. There is no glory here, only duty. Every single man knows this dawn might very well be his last. A low, steady voice enters, a voice heavy with the weight of history. It says, when the world descended into darkness, one nation chose to stand. The sound of the wind fades, replaced by the soft crackle of an old radio. We are transported across the ocean, inside a modest American home. A mother sits alone at her kitchen table, a single lamp casting a warm but lonely glow. Her hands tremble slightly as she writes a letter. The night outside is quiet, but her mind is loud with worry. Every word she puts to paper is shaped by a mixture of hope and fear, a prayer sent across the world. The radio announcer speaks of the war overseas, of young men crossing vast oceans, of a concept called freedom now under grave threat. The mother pauses her writing. She closes her eyes for a long moment, then carefully folds the letter, as if the paper itself could act as a shield, protecting her son from harm. The scene shifts, moving through different homes, showing us different faces. An elderly father staring out a window, a young wife clutching a photograph, a brother listening to the news. They are all bound together by the same silent, anxious waiting. On this night, America does not sleep. It works, it prays, it worries, and it prepares. Suddenly, the screen bursts with motion and sound. We are in the factories. The rhythm is powerful, relentless. Women, their sleeves rolled up and hair tied back, operate massive, thundering machines with precision and focus. Men hull steel, their muscles straining. Rivet guns chatter, securing the skins of new aircraft. The production line is a symphony of purpose. Tanks take shape, piece by piece. Crates of ammunition are stacked higher and higher, forming small mountains of firepower. The pace never lets up. Every strike of a hammer echoes like a national vow. This isn't just production. It is purpose made manifest. The narrator's voice returns, stronger now. Before winning the battles, a nation first had to unite as one. The camera settles on a young worker. He rests his hand on the cool, metal skin of a newly finished aircraft. He touches it with a quiet respect, a silent understanding. He knows that soon this machine will carry precious lives into the heart of danger. Next, we are in the training camps. They are unforgiving worlds of mud and rain. Shouted commands cut through the air, day and night. The drills are endless. Men fall from exhaustion, get up, and fall again. Among them, we find Tom Walker. He's young, focused. His breath comes in heavy gasps, but his eyes remain steady. The sergeant's voice is a constant, harsh presence, but it's not fear that truly shapes these men. It's the brotherhood forged in shared hardship, in the mud and the sweat and the struggle. At night, inside the barracks, the bone-deep exhaustion gives way to soft conversations. Whispers in the dark. They talk about home, about the simple dreams they left behind: a farm, a girl, a quiet life. They talk about futures that feel impossibly distant. Tom is quiet, cleaning his rifle with meticulous care, listening to the others. Someone asks him what he hopes for when the war is finally over. He answers without hesitation, his voice low but clear, to go home knowing I did the right thing. In the silence that follows, no one laughs. Every man in that room understands exactly what he means. Dawn breaks over the harbor. The day of departure has come. The docks are crowded with families. There are tears, tight embraces that last a little too long, and long, lingering waves goodbye. Then the ship's horn sounds. It's a deep, powerful blast that splits the air like a final judgment. As the massive ship pulls away from the shore, the coastline begins to fade into the mist. The last thing the soldiers see is the American flag, watching them leave, a silent promise from the land they are leaving behind. The crossing is long and quiet. The vastness of the ocean is humbling. Some men write letters home, their pens scratching nervously on the page. Others just stare at the horizon for hours on end, lost in thought. All of them know they are crossing more than just an ocean. They are crossing a line, a boundary between who they were and who they must become. The first battle arrives without warning. It is a sudden, violent awakening. Explosions tear through the air, shaking the very sea. Gunfire erupts from every direction. The ground trembles beneath their feet. The landing is pure chaos. Men are running, falling, shouting commands that are lost in the deafening roar. We follow Tom as he moves forward, his heart racing, his training taking over. He drags a wounded soldier through the fire and smoke as bullets slice the air around them. There is no staged heroism here. There are only raw, split-second choices between life and death, between advancing or freezing. Then, a new sound joins the chaos. The deep rumble of the Sherman tanks as they finally break through the enemy lines. And above, the unmistakable roar of P-51 Mustangs streaks across the sky. In that moment, something shifts. The tide begins to turn. The camera rises, revealing the battlefield from above. For the first time, amidst the smoke and fire, victory feels possible. An American flag is planted on European soil. It is not a mark of conquest. It is a promise of liberation. Inside a makeshift field hospital, time slows down. The air is thick with the sounds of pain. Wounded soldiers groan on their cots. Nurses move tirelessly between them, their hands steady, their eyes filled with a weary but profound compassion. One nurse grips Tom's hand as she treats a deep cut on his arm. She looks him in the eye and thanks him. "What you're all doing," she says, her voice soft but firm. "It will change the world." Tom says nothing. He just looks down, feeling the immense weight of those words settle deep within him. The liberated city awakens cautiously. Civilians emerge from the shadows of basements and shelters. Children stare at the American soldiers with a mixture of curiosity and awe. A small boy, no older than 7, steps forward. He holds out a crushed, wilted flower. Tom kneels down to the boy's level. He accepts the small gift, and, for the first time we've seen, a smile touches his face. It's not a smile of triumph or victory. It's a smile of relief. A smile of shared humanity. The sun rises once more, but this time there is no smoke choking the sky. The soldiers stand together in the quiet morning light. They are exhausted, but they are alive. The American flag waves gently in the breeze. The final voice enters, calm and resolute. They did not fight for territory alone. They fought for freedom. When the world needed hope, America answered. United, they proved that courage can change the course of history. The camera slowly pulls back, leaving the soldiers and the flag behind. The music swells, a powerful, emotional crescendo. And then the image fades to black. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that honors our history.